Hello Balloon World, I'm Michael Floyd, your balloon twister, and this time I want to teach you how to make a fancy bunny. It uses 3 balloons, 4 if you count the little scrap for the pink nose, but it's really simple, anybody can do it. Let me show you how. For this design you'll need 4 balloons. I'm going to be using a purple 260 for the body, a purple 160 for the ears, a white 260 for the face, and a pink 260 scrap for the nose. Let's start with the body. Get your purple 260 out and inflate it 2/3 of the way. Let them out and tie. Give it a squeeze and a stretch. We're gonna make a section about 3 inches long. Follow that up with a 1-inch bubble. Make another section 3 inches long. And now we want to twist this seam here into this knot. And to keep it from coming undone on us, I'm gonna take the knot and push it through. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but that's the head. Now we're gonna make a neck, a bubble about 1 inch. We're gonna make the front legs soft. We want them to be pretty large, so we're gonna do maybe 4 inches. So these 2 sections here should be the same size. Twist the seam here at the base of the neck into this seam here. Now we're gonna make the back. The back should be the same length as the front legs. So these 2 bubbles here should be the same size. Now we're going to twist a small bubble, about 1 inch, and we're going to pinch twist that by folding it over, pinching it, pulling it, and twisting it. Now comes the fun part. We need to get some nice, soft section here. We're going to make a loop and wrap it around the front legs, like that. And we're going to twist it into that pinch twist. And as you can see, that flower petal that we made, that loop, is just big enough to fit the front legs. Because that's where they go. We have the rest of this part here that we don't need, so we're going to break off the end. I like to twist just a small bubble, and then like snapping my fingers, I snap the end, and it pops it off. I can hold the end, let the air come out, and now here's something I like to do. I take this bit of slack, I take it up to the bottom part of the neck, pull it nice and taut, wrap it around the neck, and then I go up to the top part of the head, and I wrap it around that part too. And then I tuck it through the middle of the head. You'll notice that that creates a little tensioned area right here, and more noticeably right here. And it causes it to sit forward more. I want that for later. It gives me a very bunny looking effect. You can see it leaves a lot of space here on the front for the face. We need that. And speaking of face, that's the next part. For the face, I'm going to be using a white 260. Inflate it halfway. Let them out and tie. Give it a good squeeze and a stretch. We're going to start by making the nose or muzzle of the bunny. I twist 2 sections, each a little bit more than 2 inches. They should be the same size though. I'm going to twist this knot here into this seam. And then I like to push the knot through the center to keep it from coming undone. Now I give the balloon a squeeze and a stretch because I want these to be soft. I'm going to twist 2 small flower petals of the same size. There's 1. And there's 2. So you should have something that looks like this. Now this part here where all 3 of those meet, I'm going to twist that into the head. You guessed it, right here. You don't need to twist it in much, just a little bit. And then I like to position it so you have the 2 flower petals on each side of the head and the nose in the front with the rest of the white balloon going straight up the top. Now this part here, the bubble right there, we need to pinch twist that, so fold it over, pinch it, pull it and twist it. Give the white balloon a squeeze and a stretch. And we want to twist 2 sections, each 3 inches. So I have my first section. I'm going to twist that seam there into that pinch twist. For one eye, I'm going to do the same thing going back down. Nice and soft. 3/8 section. Twist that seam there. Back into where all of these things here are twisted right there. Okay. Get it to face forward. I don't need the rest of this, but I want to save a little bit of the slack to square off those eyes. But I also want to use a little bit of this for the tail. So I'm going to go maybe about this far down. I'm gonna break it off right there. How you break it off is just like tearing duct tape. You twist a little seam, and then to rip it, you have one hand go forward while the other hand goes back. Just like ripping off a Band-Aid or duct tape. Like that. This part here I don't need, so I can let it go. But I want to use that later. This part here I want to use, but I need to let some air out. So I'm going to twist a bubble off on the end. Let the air out. A little bit more. Because I want like a cute little bunny tail. Just a little tiny bubble like that. Tie a knot there. Now we can attach this onto the pinch twist here in the back. Oh, and it popped on me. That's never fun. And now our bunny has a tail. And you'll notice that the neck, where we had that tension line, is pulling the neck back. So the bunny is looking forward instead of down. Isn't that cool? The next thing we need to do is take the slack, move it to the front of the balloon. We're gonna wrap it around the eyes. And you'll notice that that brings the top of the eye and the bottom of the eye closer together, making them look oh so much cuter. And we're ready for the ears. For the ears, I'll be using a purple 160. You can use a 260. I just like the 160 because it looks a little bit more delicate and more like an ear. Inflate it all the way. Leave just a little bit of a tail. Let some air out and tie. Give it a good squeeze and a stretch. Take the two ends together and twist them. That's why you need to leave a tail. You're gonna pull it taut like this so you can find the midpoint on the other end. You're gonna take that midpoint and you're gonna match it up to the knot so you can twist it together and take those bits and twist them around a couple more times so that way it won't come undone. Now this seam right here is what we attach to this pinch twist here on the top of the head. Alright, and now our bunny has ears, but they don't look much like bunny ears, so we need to shape them a little bit. So what I like to do is I fold them in half like this. Gives me this point right here at the end, that's the end of the ear. If I pinch it and rub it a little bit and let it come back out, it'll get pointed like that. You can do that on both ears. And that's already looking a lot more like a bunny. But bunny ears just don't stick straight up, they sort of flop over a bit. So I'll do the same thing by folding the ear over and pinching those parts to curve that down. Well, that's already looking better. I'll do the same to the other side. Okay, that's looking a lot more like bunny ears already. There's one more thing I like to do. I alternate the places. I move this balloon to this spot. Sort of gives it a little bit of a curve. And I think that makes it look a whole lot more bunny-like. Might just be me. I like it though. Now we get to do the nose, which is optional. If you're like me, then you have a lot of scraps lying around. I'm gonna use this bit of pink to make the nose. I'm gonna blow just a little bit of air in. Not a lot, I need just a little bit. You know, maybe half an inch. I'm gonna tie a knot on one side of that bubble, leaving plenty of slack. I'm gonna tie a knot on the other side of that bubble, leaving plenty of slack. I'm gonna take those two ends together. I'm gonna tie another knot, essentially pinch twisting it, just like that. So you should have something that looks like this. Now we get to attach it to our bunny's face. Whichever pieces of the slack is the shortest, I'm gonna attach to the top. By wrapping it around the head here, and then the long part, I'm gonna pull it out to where the nose is matched up to the end of the muzzle, and then pull it down, and then around the head a couple of times. And then tuck that up away so I don't see it. And now our bunny has a really cute nose. I think the nose makes all the difference. Now it's time to draw his eyes on. To draw the eyes on, I'm going to be using a black Sharpie. I keep it pretty simple. I do a thick stroke on each eye, just like that, and then I like to round it off to make it look a little cuter. But that stroke I use as a guide to make sure that it doesn't get too big or carried away. There we go, one bunny. And if you want a girl bunny, go ahead and draw an eyebrow and give it some eyelashes. I guess that would be more of an eyelid and not an eyebrow. But look at that, a cute little girl bunny. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you liked it. Also, what do you want to learn next? If you enjoyed the video, click that thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do balloon animal lessons every Monday. I'm Michael Floyd, your balloon twister. Remember, you can make anything out of balloons, even a fancy bunny. So the hip hop, the hippie to the hip hop. You don't stop a ropping, the bang bang boogie, the up shop the boogie, the rhythm of the boogie the bee.